What is happening, you wonderful people? So, with 2024 ending and 2025 coming upon us, the movie season is over. There were a lot of great movies this year, a lot of bad movies, a lot of good movies, a lot of okay movies. But in this video, I'm going to be ranking my December movies that I saw. I wouldn't say December was the best month this year for movies. There were some really good films, but also some really bad films. So, let's rank them. And coming in at last place is one of my most disappointing movies of the year. I was really looking forward to this film because I am a Marvel fan, and I think Kraven the Hunter is a great villain. He's a great Spider-Man villain, and I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I lean towards liking Spider-Man villains more than any other villain, if that makes sense. And this movie just falls flat on every single level. Now, I don't think it's as bad as everyone is saying it is, but it's still bad. It is still bad. It's just every line of dialogue in this film sounds like it was written by a fourth grader, and you're just sitting there just laughing at how stupid it is and how stupid it sounds, and you can't believe what you're hearing. And I'm just like, I laughed at times. I was like, this is really bad. This is really bad. It's so bad. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, the great Ricky Tikki Tacky, he is one of the best actors out there right now, I think, personally. And it's not his fault. It's not. And Russell Crowe's a great actor. Ariana DeBose, she's a great actress, And you have a lot of other great actors and actresses in here, And it's not their fault. And I know it's the writing's fault. The writer's fault for this film. And J.C. Chandor, I have not seen any of his other movies, but I've heard Triple Frontier and another film, I forgot what it's called, are really good, And I just feel bad because apparently he's a really good director, and apparently I don't know who actually wrote the film, but the writer's apparently good. And it's just disappointing because I was really looking forward to this film. It was supposed to release last year. And it's just, the problem is Sony, I feel like they're allergic to Spider-Man. They're allergic. And wait till you see what they do with the Rhino. Because the Rhino is one of my favorite Marvel villains as well. One of my favorite Spider-Man villains. And it does not work. The CGI on him is terrible. He's barely in the film. And him as a human before he turns into the Rhino, him still as a villain, is very weird. So Kraven the Hunter is last on my December movies ranking list. And it's top 10 worst movies of the year, in my opinion. It's bad. And coming in at number 5 is A Complete Unknown, the true life story, the biopic of Bob Dylan. And I am not a fan of Bob Dylan. I don't know very many of his songs, and there's some really good things about this movie. There's some really good things about this movie. There is. Timothée Chalamet, stellar actor, phenomenal in this film. Ed Norton is great in this. Elle Fanning is great in this. And the other girl, I can't think of her name, she's great in this. Everyone in here is great. The writing's great. The dialogue's great. The music is amazing. It's directed well. And I love James Mangold. James Mangold did Logan, which is phenomenal. And 4v Ferrari is really good. Not a big fan of The Wolverine, and I'm someone who actually really enjoyed the last Indiana Jones film. I did. So he's a good, solid director, But this movie just falls flat because it doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything different, and it doesn't capture you, and it doesn't have a sense of what it wants to do or what it wants to be. It just stays in that bubble of being the same biopic that we've seen a dozen times before. And besides that, it's super long as well. Like, it's only 2 hours and 20 minutes. Without credits, probably 2 hours and 5 minutes, something like that. But it drags. It drags. And I'm just sitting there, just bored out of my mind, checking my watch because I want it to end. And I hate that so much because I want to like every movie I go see, every TV show I watch. I don't want to be checking my watch for every TV show I watch, every movie I watch, I want to be immersed. I want to enjoy myself. And there's some really good things about it, but overall, it just falls flat. And coming in at number 4 is another film that I was very excited for this year. One of my most anticipated movies of the year. I am someone who absolutely adores the live action Lion King remake from years ago. Mufasa the Lion King. This one kind of disappointed me a little bit. Not fully, but for the most part, it did. And there's some really good things about it. Like, it's directed well, it's visually stunning, and I think the animation slash CGI hybrid is great, just like the live action one, you know? And I do think that maybe animation, CGI slash hybrid, whatever you want to call it, all the same thing, was better in this film. And you have the same characters in this film that you love. You have Rafiki, you have Mufasa, you have Scar, Zarabi, Zazu, which he was kind of annoying in this film. You have Timon and Pumbaa, which again they didn't need to be in this film really, but you have all these characters that you love, and you have this Lion King story. And as far as prequels go, I feel like it does work for the most part, but the problem is it's just it's emotionally hollow and it's emotionally soulless, and it just doesn't capture you like the Lion King should, and it doesn't emotionally invest you like the Lion King should. And I just was kind of disappointed because I was really, and the music as well. Miranda makes amazing music. You know, I wasn't a big fan of his music in Moana 2. I was kind of let down with that film, but I love the original Moana. And the music Miranda made in the first Moana is so iconic and is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. And I love that movie and I love the music in that film. But the music just kind of fell flat in this film. And there's two songs that are kind of catchy, but overall, Mufasa just falls flat, man. It really just falls flat. And coming in at number 3, a film that I had really no expectations for at all, and I liked it more than I thought I would. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. I am someone who enjoys the original Lord of the Rings film. I do. I'm not going to say I love it like everyone else. I still enjoy the film, though. I'm just not on the same page with everybody, you know. But this film, I don't want to say I fully love this film. I don't want to say I fully love it. But I really enjoyed it for the most part. I did. I think that, and I'm not an anime fan. This is the first full length animated anime film that I've seen, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the villain, Wolf, I think is his name. I might be getting that wrong. And the main character, I cannot think of her name again, but it's really good. I like the anime influence in it. I like the character depth. I like the action. It's a PG-13 film, I believe. I think it is PG-13. And it's gorier than I thought it would be. But I love the score. You get that original Lord of the Rings score. You get little Easter eggs and teases because this takes place 250 years before the first Lord of the Rings, I think. So you get a little Easter egg to the ring, and it's just, as far as the Lord of the Rings go, I love the story in this, and I love the animation. I love the characters, and I love the action. The action in this film was great. And I do feel like, though, this film is a little long. It does maybe drag a little bit, but besides that, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. It's good. It's a good Lord of the Rings film, in my opinion. And at number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I am actually someone who was late to the party to watching the Sonic films. I watched the first 2 earlier this year, and I love both of them. Second one I think is better than the first one, and I'm someone who enjoyed the Knuckles series. I don't love the Knuckles series, but I enjoyed it for the most part, you know. This might actually be my favorite Sonic film. You get the characters that you love, Knuckles, Tails, Sonic. You get Jim Carrey not just playing one Eggman, but 2. He's playing Eggman this time and his grandpa Gerald. And Jim Carrey brings the humor. He tops it by 10 in this film, and the humor is Jim Carrey-esque, but times 10. And I think it worked, and the action is really good. I really enjoyed the action. Shadow, I liked Shadow. I thought Shadow was cool, and I think Keanu Reeves did a great job voicing him, and he's a menacing villain. He is, and I'm not going to spoil any of the post-credit scenes, but Sonic 4 might be even better, and I'm looking forward to that. Overall, I really enjoyed Sonic 3, but I do have to say, I feel like it is fast paced, and I understand why they made it fast paced. But at the same time, I feel like maybe they could have slowed it down a little bit, maybe to get us like, to anticipate, the third act and how crazy that action scene was, and I really enjoyed the action. I do feel like it could have been like they could have upped the ante a little bit more, but overall, besides that, I do think the action was fine how it was. I know I say like it could have been better. It was still good though. It was still good, and I thoroughly enjoyed Sonic 3. I really did. I'm loving this franchise. It's great. And coming in at number one, a film I had no expectations for, but a film that I don't want to say I absolutely love yet, but a film that everyone has been anticipating all year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Walking out, I really had a good time with it. Nosferatu. This film is grotesque. This film is absolutely stunning and beautiful. It is a beautiful painting, is a beautiful work of art, and the cinematography is so eye popping and so eye catching, and it'll leave you like and just like whoa, like this is amazing. And Robert Eggers is I have not seen his other films, but I am going to watch them eventually. The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, and I actually tried watching The Northman a while back. I didn't finish it, but I'm going to eventually. I promise. Because so far this is the only film I've seen by Robert Eggers, but so far he's a pretty good director. He's a pretty good director, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is great. Nicholas Hoult is great. Lily Rose Depp is great. Willem Dafoe is great. Everyone in this is amazing. And the dialogue, the writing, from everyone moving from scene to scene, them walking, it is so fun to watch. And Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu was great. I do have to say his look didn't fully work for me though, and I feel like his voice didn't fully work for me. But there were times where I felt like it did work, and I was like, "Oh, he's menacing. He's terrifying." Like I did not expect myself to like this film as much as I did. I was hoping I would. I was hoping I would like this film, and I walked out thoroughly enjoying the film. And it's a film about struggle. It's a film about just being there for someone, being there for your love, and loving your friends, loving your. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's about loving your friends and family, but it's about loving your partner and being there to save them. I guess is what it's kind of about. And it's just about mainly struggle. And it's a terrifying film, but it's really good. So that'll wrap up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share on this video. We are at 614 subs. Next big milestone is 700. We're reaching that quickly. And if you're new as well, and then 800, 900, and 1K, that's the big milestone beyond that, of course. And if you're new as well, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reactions, movie news, also movie live streams, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about it down below. What is y'all's ranking for this month of December? Let's talk about it down below. Did y'all like KRAVEN the best? Did y'all like Nosferatu the best? Sonic 3 the best? Lord of the Rings the best? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies, my wonderful people. Cheers.